And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the FreshandFit Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about real estate. And in particular, we're going to talk about a deal I just did that was off market. We're going to talk to you guys about how I found a deal, how I funded the deal, the numbers, everything like that. Today, we're going to talk about making money. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the FreshandFit Podcast, man. It's Money Monday, man, and as usual, not as many people are here. So, guys, quick announcement before we get into the show. Today's a really good episode, guys, because we're going to talk about how I found a certain deal that is doing really well for us at the moment. So, but number one, patreon.com/FreshFit, guys. You get all the behind-the-scenes content there that you can't get anywhere else. All the crazy stuff, boat parties, everything else like that. We probably have some behind-the-scenes content from the boat when you were with the minorities, right?
Can't post that
On Patreon.
Can't post that.
Damn. Oh, shit. Is that crazy? Okay.
We had to shut the door.
Oh, fair enough.
It's kind of dark in there.
Well, but we do have other boat party stuff there. We're going to be out tonight as well, guys. So we'll give you guys some behind the scenes content from back there. And it's going to be lit, man. It's going to be lit. We're going to give you guys some more lifestyle stuff over there on Patreon because I know you guys like to see what we do behind the scenes. So
and today's Chris's birthday, FYI.
So. Yes. So he's not here. It's Mo in the back right now, guys. But Chris will be here with the lovely ladies later on. But Mo is running the cameras and the sound, guys. So cut him a little bit of slack if he messes up on some things. He doesn't normally do the video switching as well. But check us out over there, guys. Also, we're going to probably do a Zoom call this Sunday, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll have to be this Sunday. Yeah, because we try to give you guys one monthly Zoom call a month. So we'll give you guys a Zoom call this month. Remember, guys, that's at the higher tier. But check us out, patreon.com/FreshFit. Also, check us out on Spotify, Google Now Podcast, guys. We post pretty much every weekday now. We post it on anchor.fm/FreshFit. If that's the right link, right? From Mo?
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Anchor.fm/FreshFit, guys. Check us out over there. It'll take you to whatever destination you like to listen to us on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Google Cast, whatever you like to listen to, we're there. But check us out on the link below. Click that anchor.
Guys, get the merch as well, man. I'm wearing the merch as well. Get the hoodies, for example. Get also I Feel Like shirts. Check out the merch, guys. And then tag us because we'll repost it on Instagram as well.
Yes.
So check it out.
And then also, guys, check out our other YouTube channel. It's called FreshandFit Clips. If you don't got time to watch the full podcast, go ahead to get the best parts of the podcast on FreshandFit Clips. We post 2 clips on there per day. And check us out over there. And then also we got a FreshandFit Shorts channel, guys. If you don't got time to watch the clips, go ahead and check us out on the shorts. And it's because all those videos are 60 seconds or less because we got banned off TikTok. And then also Fresh has a vlog channel.
Guys, for behind the scenes, check out the vlog channel. I think what I'm going to do, man, eventually I'm going to do Instagram reviews and kind of like overtakes. And if you guys want, I'll definitely do it. But I need enough verifications that you want that. So DM me, FreshmanC on Instagram. If you want me to do that, I'll do Instagram reviews for you. And I got y'all.
Cool. Yeah, because you guys have some terrible ass fucking Instagrams.
Terrible, bro.
And then also, guys, check out my YouTube channel, Feddit1811. I break down criminal cases on there. Yesterday, I did the YSL case. And
that was fire.
Oh, thank you, bro. Definitely, I went back and re-edited the timestamps, guys, and I went like line by line of all the things they're looking at Young Thug at versus the ones that they're looking at Gun at. I cited every single music video and song that they use lyrics from, and we played it together. And somehow I didn't get hit by copyright, so fucking. And as I say that, I'm probably going to get hit with copyright right now. But regardless, guys, it was a good show. Broke it down. It was 3 hours, and I went into detail. We talked about what RICO is, the difference between federal RICO versus state RICO. We talked about all the lyrics that they self-snitch themselves on. We talked about identifying associates, Instagram posts, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? recorded conversations that came in. I talked about the differences between informants, cooperators, all that other stuff. Very intimate details on how investigations are run, guys. So check that out on Feddit 1811. I break down cases on a level like no one else really can on the internet. Because trust me, I looked at everyone else that covered this YSL thing, and no one went as deep or as thorough as I have. Because quite frankly, I don't want to sound like I'm a cocky asshole, but I am. No one knows this shit better than me. So on YouTube, because I actually used to do the cases myself, and this is one thing that I will not concede about. I will be cocky.
The most qualified person.
No one, on
YouTube
by
to talk
far
about
the most qualified person to talk about this type of shit. These other guys, I respect them, but these guys are media guys. They're not former law enforcement like me. So check me out, Feddit 1811, guys. Anyway, without further ado, we got Roger in the fucking house.
Hey!
As you guys, Roger's my buddy. He's Fresh's buddy. We know him. But Roger, can you introduce yourself to the people? Because they might not know who you are. Well, they probably don't know who you are. But that's nice too. God damn it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been a while since I've been back. Thanks for having me back. I'm Roger Lissade, and I love real estate. I work with investors. I've been working actively in real estate since 2016, which was the same year I met Mr. Fresh. I've worked with investors, big and small, everything from 2 units up to 300 plus units, mainly work in the Miami urban core, Fort Lauderdale urban core, but I've been studying real estate since back in the 90s. In fact, a brother of mine sent me a property we looked at in the 90s. We're trying to get people to buy for $200K. It just sold for 5.5 mil.
What?
And that was in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Whoa.
So,
Wait, in
the
90s?
Wait,
how old are you,
97
Roger?
actually. Dude, you know how old I am.
I'm messing with you.
Nigga old as hell. He's in his 50s, guys.
No, I'll be
He looks good for his age,
I'll
right?
be 52 in August.
Black don't crap, bro.
52, guys. Kick camera
Crap,
forward. Look at this
man.
guy.
Yeah,
Man, he old as hell, but he don't look
52
like
guys.
look like
him, man.
No, well, I'll tell you what. Exercise, working out, eating right. You know what I mean? And taking care of yourself. I mean, I don't really drink that much. I drink once in a blue. Don't use drugs. See, I don't smoke of any kind, and then that's basically it, guys. And then and try to avoid stress.
There you go.
Well, work on me now. I know
The keys.
I think I'm getting that stress back. I talk to Roger every day, guys. So real quick, some of you guys, you see the surface level stuff where, you see us do the show and everything else like that. My schedule pretty much, guys, is I do the show again at nighttime, stay up all night, work some stuff out, whether it's me editing stamps, cleaning up the studio, get testing equipment, whatever it may be, right? New stuff. And then like right around 6 or 7 in the morning when I'm about to like get ready to go to sleep, he's waking up. So I call him and then we talk about real estate like every day, pretty much almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whether it's evicting tenants or dealing with Section 8 tenants or whatever it may be, or finding a new deal or whatever. But this one is one of those deals that we found during one of these conversations. And we're going to go through it, guys, because I think it's really important that you guys see how to find a deal, analyze the deal, see if the numbers work, and then you guys can go ahead and take the formula that we use and apply it to your situation, and you're going to be able to find good cash flowing properties. Should I hit the chats real quick, or did you want to say something, Roger, before I hit the chats?
No, we can do super chats.
Okay.
All right.
So we got PTTS, new viewers here. Marquez spoke very highly of you gentlemen, and after watching some of your content, I appreciate the value you are adding to the next generation of men. You have a new subscriber. Thank you, bro. Life matters. Welcome to the show, and shout out to our guy Marquez and all the assassins out there.
Peace to the Saints.
Peace to the Saints. Fresh update on Ray J. $10 AAL.
Should be here next week.
Awesome. My prize collection, $20. Arrived and departed Miami from San Diego wearing my FNF merch this past weekend.
Sheesh.
Even ran to Fresh my last night and got to say, what's up? My FNF sure got my Uber driver out of a ticket. Get your merch, guys. FNF gang. Holy! The FNF army is strong, baby. The FNF fam is everywhere. Guys, I will tell you this. The past couple weeks, the past like 2 weeks, like a lot more people have been coming up to me. I don't know what's going on, whatever it is, but a lot more people coming up to me. A lot of a Miami police officer walked up to me a couple of days ago and said, hey, he loves the content. And yo, you guys know me, I'm former law enforcement, so I love the blue. If you're out there and you wear a uniform or you work in law enforcement, always come up to me, bro. Just don't like point your gun because I'm gonna be scared. But but always come up to me, man. I back the blue big time. And guys, if you see me a first round, we always stop and talk to y'all, bro. We never be like, oh, fuck you guys. Like, we always stop and talk to you. So what was that, Fresh? You have something?
No, I was about to say, I think the narrative is changing a little bit online. Not all the way, but FNF is coming up strong, so it's pretty good.
What I'm realizing, the people that watch this show are higher IQ automatically because they're not able. If you're able to get through the propaganda bullshit of all the hate, and then you watch our content and you're like, what the fuck? These people are capped. Like, this shit is fire. I already know you're higher IQ and you don't go against them with the mainstream narrative. You go against the narrative. So that's what we want.
The real ones know.
The real ones know, bro. And honestly, these other clowns, And we got something that we're actually working on for y'all. You want to give them a quick little? Oh no.
Well,
We were talking about on the phone earlier.
So there's a trend going around saying that like my stories on Instagram and YouTube are cap, and it's like,
Wow.
bro, anyone that knows me knows that I don't cap. I don't have to. This is my lifestyle. This is what I do. And there's a story I did maybe like 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago now.
2 years ago, where I spoke about an NBA party, right?
Mhm.
Like I got invited to, and for some reason people think it's cap. Oh, it's not possible. Why would he talk to you? Da, da, da. And I can go into more detail, but let's just say we got somebody coming on that's gonna verify the full story. And shout out to him, man. He's an awesome dude. We spoke this morning. Great guy. And yeah, NBA player, man. I'm telling you, bro, Miami's very small. You never know who you're gonna meet. And let's just say we don't cap on Fresh and Fit, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go. So, yeah.
You fucking hating motherfuckers. We're going to verify this shit because I'm tired of you motherfuckers saying Fresh is lying, bro.
Man.
We're going to show y'all that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. People really think like, oh, you don't run into celebs, Fresh. You don't hang out with celebs, blah, blah.
But
I don't even know why we need to do this. You've already been in the club and hung out with A-list celebrities even before this fucking, the fame.
You know what I realized, bro? Like, me trying to prove myself to somebody, is I'm just like over it. But
we're doing it for you guys.
For the content, for our supporters, I'll do it. But for anybody else, I really don't care, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
Good. We're good.
So for them haters out there that like make the 20th reaction video saying Fresh is cap, bro. Oh, Lord, you got about to look stupid this week, bro. We're about to do it this week and expose a lot of you haters, man. What are you going to say then when we get the verification? Then it wasn't 3 girls. It was 2. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to say. No, we only had 2 girls that day, not 3, you know?
Bro, it's funny. So I showed you as well. So we're texting, right? And I'm like, yo, bro, like, you got to come to one of my yacht parties when you come down to Miami again. He's like, bro, I know that girl. I sent him a video of the yacht party last one we did. He's like, yo, I know that girl. We did something. Yeah. And it's funny because, like, y'all niggas just don't know, man. Y'all don't know.
You guys don't. You guys think we're kidding around when we say all these girls are fucking a small minority of the dudes, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm telling you, man. You guys don't get it. Like, if you're in a major city, that's what it is. Whether it's Miami, LA, Vegas, whatever, you guys think we're just fucking around. But anyway,
Roger.
Hey, real quick. So I think what's going on is that like most people don't know how to network, which is why it sounds crazy. Because I was just thinking like we were at a golf tournament with freaking NFL players. Like it's on my Instagram. Like what is so complicated? You got to put yourself out there.
That's true. That's true. Because if you're home all day, you don't do the shit, you don't go out. He's like, no, that's not possible. Yeah. If you go outside, bro, you can network properly. It's possible.
A lot of people can't fathom it. You know, they're sitting on the couch, fucking eating, chips all day and shit like that, Doritos, and playing fucking video games and talking shit on the internet. They can't fathom like speaking to a celeb or an athlete or whatever it may be. Like, oh, this nigga's crap. No fucking way, bro. If you go outside and you live in Miami and you are around certain circles, you're gonna run into these people inevitably, bro.
Even like, real estate deals. Remember that guy that came on with a YouTube channel, Joy Machine?
Oh yeah, Joy. Investment Joy.
He went out making connections with people. I found a way to get funding for his properties.
No, exactly. I mean, we went out and looked at a property, and the only reason that we have access to that property is because of networking.
Bam.
And it's another off-market deal. And I think
we went out actually earlier today.
I think that's what people aren't understanding, that, dude, like, you're not going to be successful staying at home or just talking to your small circle of friends. You got to put yourself out there. The only reason I know Fresh is because I put myself out there. I mean, I basically went to Germany. I was part of a networking group. There was a guy that just came from Germany. I asked him about hooking me up with some people. He said, hey, once you go out there, I'll hook you up. But then he introduced me to another guy that introduced me to your roommate. And that's how I know Fresh. Yeah. And through Fresh is how I know Myron. Like, guys, like,
and it's funny.
You got to be outside, guys.
I learned most of my game from my roommate, Carl. And thanks to him, I know the game now.
Back when you lived in Pembroke Pines.
Yeah.
And this was years ago, guys. Man. So this is what it is, bro. I mean, like I said, do we need to do this? No, but I actually was pressing for more than Fresh. I was like, Fresh, you need to bring this dude on. I'm tired of these motherfuckers saying you're a liar. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So we got some stories we're gonna verify with you guys. Smartass Social Media Inc. Thanks for more quality content as usual. Palette cleanser after all the vids this weekend. I've seen palette cleanser. Sorry, I've seen with you know who. Hint, he looks like a bullfrog that swallowed Danny DeVito. Okay, yeah, those H3 guys took an L. Yo, they lost 10,000 subscribers, by the way. I don't know if y'all know that. They lost 10,000 subscribers and they bought them back the next day. You think we saw you guys doing that shit on Social Blade, baby. So at least us, we lost our subs. We ate that shit. We didn't buy no subs.
Yep. Thanks.
Max Wu, tell your boys to pull up to the daytime show. Roger always drops game. Big question for y'all, though. Should the first home I can afford be solo used to buy
purchase a property if I can afford to live in an apartment somewhere. He says, should the first home I can afford,
like be an investment property? Yeah, if you could afford it, yeah. David Taylor.
Let me comment on that.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna keep this real simple, guys. The first thing you should buy is an asset, something that's producing income before you buy a liability, i.e., a home that you live in that's not actually generating anything. And then when you start getting into purchasing liabilities, buy good debt, then bad debt. So investment property, home you live in, then the nice car.
Bam.
Make sense?
There you go.
Boom.
well said.
I like that. All right, love your show. Working on my abundance mindset, rest in power. Kevin Samuels, the Godfather. All right, thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Rest in peace to him. And congrats to Myron for last night's show. 10K live views, highest ever for Feddit. Also, already the most viewed live show for Feddit, doing F&F numbers. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people wanted that YSL thing, so I wanted to make sure to cover it. So Roger, can we talk about? I guess let's talk about the real estate market in general, real fast. Then we can go into what's on market versus off market and everything else like that here in Florida.
All right, definitely. So as everyone knows, the real estate market's been on fire. It's been crazy. We've got people basically coming in from other parts of the country, other parts of the world, buying in South Florida. And that's mainly caused by this massive appreciation we saw, which then in turn was caused by people coming in here, which then brought more people in here because now everyone's experiencing FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yes.
And people are now, instead of buying for cash flow, are buying for appreciation because everyone thinks that, hey, I could just buy something in Miami and then a year later it'll be worth 30 to 50% more than what I paid for it.
And isn't that like unheard of to buy a property for simply appreciation? Like,
no,
isn't that?
I went through this. I went through this in 2008.
Okay. So people were, wait, hold on. In 2008, what?
Well, 2006.
Okay.
Run up to 2000. 2008 is when it went bust, but from 2000, about 2005-ish it started, and then it really went completely insane. I got in Florida in 2004. Properties that were 200 something thousand in 2004 by 2006, 2007 were 600 something thousand.
Damn, son.
Really?
And I think they probably got up to about 7 right before the crash.
Really? Okay.
And there definitely were people that would buy it at 300,000, sit on it for 5-6 months, and then turn around and sell it for $450.
Okay. So you have not seen people buy for appreciation since before the crash?
Not in the smaller market. I mean, yeah, in the big commercial properties, but that's a whole other
stick with residential.
that's a whole other situation. But yeah, what people are doing now is kind of crazy because I will quote Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary: if it does not cash flow, just say no. Because what is happening is that you're speculating. They're basically treating property as if they were liquid assets like stock, which they're not. I mean, granted, it's a commodity that everyone needs, and that asset that everyone pretty much needs. Everyone needs shelter, right? So, but I'm not a fan of buying real estate simply because of appreciation, unless once again it's a very specific type of commercial deal.
And for the people out there, because we got a lot of people that are like really new to investing, they might not understand these terms. Can you tell people what appreciation is?
Okay, appreciation is when the sale price of an asset goes up.
Okay.
So essentially, if you
over a period of time,
essentially, if you purchased a property at say $100,000, and a year from now it sells for $150,000, the appreciation was $50,000.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's interesting. I did not know that because everyone talks about the housing market crash back in 2008 in the recession, but no one really talks about like what led up to it. And I did not realize that from like 2004, because you were a real estate agent back then. I was in high school.
No, I wasn't a real estate. I was paying attention to real estate. I had moved down here looking to buy properties.
Okay.
I mean, let me just give you a story. So my cousin, who's also a real estate broker, shout out to Dominic Codio, independent commercial broker in New York City.
Yeah.
Does a lot of big commercial transactions. At the time, we're looking to buy a property, and he came down here to visit, and I said, hey, there's this new community opening up. Let me take you by. It doesn't open up for like a week. So I took him out.
This is down here in Florida?
This is down here in Florida.
What part?
This was in Pembroke Pines, actually.
Okay, guys, for those of you that are wondering, Pembroke Pines is about 30, 40 miles north of Miami?
Not quite that far. About 20, 24
okay,
miles.
it's right around Fort Lauderdale area. It's in Broward County, guys.
So I drove my cousin out. Mind you, this community hadn't even opened up yet. So I drive out, And then there's like a fair or something going on. I see all these people, see these big tents. I see little kids running. And this is like 7 o'clock in the evening. And I'm, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
So I go out and we stop, we get out, and we talk to people. And it was like, oh yeah, we're waiting online. And I'm like, waiting online for what? They're like, for the community to open up. And I'm like, it doesn't open up for 4 days. They're like, yeah, we know.
What?
The
Wow.
demand was
that
so
that
high.
crazy? That
People were literally in
Waiting.
tents, sleeping outside, sleeping in their cars, lining up to buy new construction homes, because the way they saw it is like, well, I could buy this for $220 and then I'm going to turn around and sell it for $300 in 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's how crazy the market was. So although the market's crazy now, it was nothing like what it was back in like 2006, 2000. It was just insane.
And let's also not forget that they were giving loans out like it was fucking candy back then.
Yeah, you just needed to, well, they called them ninja loans. No income, no job, no assets.
Ninja loan.
Yeah, that's what they call it. No income check. Check this out.
Shout out to all my ninjas in there.
You could say, I
Like the video, Ninja Watchers.
I make $300K.
Yeah.
They're not going to check. Assets, we don't care. All they were looking at was your credit. If you had like a 700 credit score or below, forget it. In fact, my cousin actually called me up because he actually had one lady who made, check this out, $35K a year, 800 credit score.
Okay.
$1 million loan approved.
What?
Damn.
What the what? What the fuck? It's I guess it's easy to say that she defaulted when the fucking market crashed.
She didn't really, I don't remember, but I don't think she actually, or she didn't purchase anything near that, but that's just to show
but that's what she got approved.
Yeah, that's what she got approved for.
That's wild,
That's
bro.
just because it's just like, how is someone that only makes $35K? I mean, she couldn't even afford half of that. Like it doesn't even make sense.
Wow. Okay. So I guess, and I'll say this before we keep going into the property. So now we've kind of built up the atmosphere. So the market right now is extremely hot, where people are at a point where they're buying a home for fucking appreciation, which is crazy to me. I think it's very dangerous to do that. Do you foresee that we're going to have another crash like we did before? Is history repeating itself here? Because this is literally what happened 2004.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because back then, like you pointed out, we just had the banks and the lenders just giving out loans without doing their due diligence, and there are a whole bunch of reasons we won't get into why that was.
Stupid.
But right now, the demand is being caused by the fact that the economy is still pretty good.
Okay.
A bunch of people still have pretty good income.
Yeah.
With people with pretty good credit, and essentially, well, with the pandemic, we have people that have moved around, people that have left high income or high cost of living areas.
And I know people are probably like, "Oh, yo, but the fucking gas is $5, bro. What are you talking about?" It's like, bro, we're still better off than a lot of countries right now when it comes to like economics. Like, I don't know. Okay, I don't want to go down. Fuck it. All right, I'll just say it real fast. Right now in Europe, I don't know if y'all know this, electricity, gas, etc., spiking up in cost. Okay, and the reason why, guys, is because of the war in Ukraine. Russia has had issues with a lot of Western European countries right now, and their fucking bills are going through the stratosphere right now, guys. That's what's kind of going on. So the United States, even though we're experiencing, heavy inflation at the moment, we're still better off than a lot of other first world countries. And yes, the war is definitely impacting our economic state, but we're not meeting it. We're not feeling it as badly as a lot of other places. Because remember, guys, the United States still does have the US dollar, which is the world's reserve currency. So we're better off than a lot of other first world countries right now.
For now.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. So like I was saying, so the demand, is it artificial demand? Is it justifiable demand? The answer is yes. And like I was saying before, the economy is still strong. You have a lot of people that have the income and the credit and the cash to purchase homes. So that's the demand. And like I said, if we look at the pandemic,
and we got a home shortage.
No, well, I was going to get to that. But so with the pandemic, you had basically people that moved to other parts of the country that were better cost of living than where they came from. And a lot of them decided to stay. I mean, Miami was one of those main areas so they stayed. That also attracted their family, their friends. So you have demand coming that way. Then you have a lot of people that now can, do remote work. So you take that guy that's paying
in New York
$3,700 for a 500 square foot apartment, and then he comes down to Miami, and then he has something like this.
Yeah, for that price.
I mean, it's a no brainer, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, the demand is definitely strong. Now with the inventory, and this is where it gets very problematic. inventory was low before the pandemic, right? And that's because construction costs were rising.
Yes.
The pandemic just made it even worse because with shutting down the country, they basically broke the supply chains. And these are very complex systems. And the best estimates I've seen is that we may get back 3 to 5 years down the line. And some are predicting that our supply chains will never recover to full strength. So what does that mean? That means that developers are having issues getting materials to build, and those materials are costing more. Another thing, since you brought up the war in Ukraine, Russia provides 17% of a certain type of nickel that's used to build steel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I did not know that.
Russia cannot export that nickel right now because of what is going on.
Yep, sanctions.
That is driving up the cost of the builders.
Oh.
Another thing too, I know a lot of people are like, well, Roger, they just raise interest rates and that should cause, less buyers to be in the market. That is correct. However, if for every home you have 26 buyers, you raise the interest rates and that 26 goes down to 14, that's still a lot. That's still high.
Yeah.
And even worse, when you raise the interest rates, guess whose cost just went up? The builders.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So even before all this happened, everyone in the real estate market, we were noticing that the builders were mainly targeting higher end developments, building higher end houses.
Commercial to get the most bang for their buck.
Yeah,
right?
not even that. Even the single family homes, they were building like 500, 600, 700K homes because of the numbers. They had to kind of do that for the numbers to make sense. So because of all the reasons I just mentioned, inventory is going to stay low.
I agree.
For another, I just did my brokerage just put on a meeting where that a third party company came in that did the research. They're predicting at least another 2 years of strong demand.
Okay. Chris Kahn, shout out to him. I watch him a lot. Great YouTube channel on real estate. Yeah,
he's cool.
He predicts 5 to 7. But regardless, we still got, he's saying it's going to be even longer because his thing is he's saying the main metric he was using was 3-family, 2-bedroom households. He's saying it's going to take us about 5 to 7 years to get those back up, which is the main, like the starter home, as he would say.
Oh, that's another thing too. I just realized this. So you know how they were saying the millennials, these guys, they're not going to build families, they're not going to buy homes, they're too busy traveling and going all over the place taking pictures for Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, guys? They started buying homes.
Oh yes, this pandemic has made a surge in home buyers. Yeah.
But millennials, the ones that everyone thought weren't going to buy homes,
interest rates were so low.
Yeah, they actually started buying homes. So that's somewhat unexpected. That's also feeding the demand as well.
Yeah. I bought a bunch, so I guess I'm in that category in that year. And the other thing too, and guys, we're going to talk about this a little bit more because George Gammon is going to be in town. We'll probably talk about inflation, predictions on the market in a whole tomorrow. Okay, I know we gave you guys just a little bit of sneak peek right there.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, he will be. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be here tomorrow. So we'll definitely talk about are we doomed tomorrow? But as it pertains to real estate alone, I personally think, and all the numbers show, and I've seen a bunch of other real estate experts pretty much share the same sentiment. As inflation becomes more and more pronounced and the dollar loses value, the real estate market actually gets better and more enticing for you to join because real estate is a fantastic way to save your money from from losing value from inflation, guys. Okay, because it's simultaneously appreciating while it's simultaneously also paying you money. So real estate investing is actually one of the best ways to hedge.
Man, because think about it. For a safe bet, if you go with the right numbers and you're cash flowing, you don't really lose.
You don't.
There you go.
You don't, man.
Yeah. And the best part is if you're going for numbers of cash flow only and appreciates, you still win regardless.
Yeah. So guys, for real estate investors, inflation is actually a good thing. Very good for you. It's when you're in liquid investments, guys, like crypto, fiat currency, fucking the stock market, whatever else like that. It's not really like backed by anything. So that can fluctuate greatly and then that's going to affect your net worth. However, but when you got real hard concrete steel, that's why they call it real estate. It actually holds value very well during inflation, if not, typically tends to appreciate. Real estate almost always appreciates, guys. I think at a 5% over since like the 1960s. So, at the bare minimum, what it averages. So it's a great hedge against inflation, guys. Despite what's going on, you see crypto tanking, you see the stock market tanking, all this other stuff. Real estate is still going strong.
Yeah, my granddad always told me, people need 2 things in life: place to live and a way to get to work.
Facts.
Always.
Yeah, 100%.
Big facts, man.
Yeah.
So if you guys are on the fence about getting into real estate, bro, now's a fantastic time to get in. All right.
Don't
And the
waste
Florida
time.
market is crazy. You know, South Florida is wild. Florida in general. If you invest in Florida, not only are you going to enjoy the benefits of appreciation, but if you get a good deal, like we're going to talk to you guys right now, you're going to be able to get cash flow in the process as well. So, okay. So Roger, what is, can you tell the people what the MLS is?
The MLS is the multiple listing service. It's what realtors use to market their properties and what realtors use primarily to search for on-market properties.
Cool. And then what's the difference between an on-market deal versus an off-market deal?
All right. So anything that is not on the MLS is considered off-market. It also has other names like pocket listings, i.e. a realtor may have a property that he has not listed on the MLS and is trying to sell without listing on it. That's known as a pocket deal, which is also considered off market. But yeah, basically a property that is not marketed to the public is considered an off market property.
Gotcha. Okay. And what would you say in today's, especially in today's market, should people be prioritizing off market deals? Should they be prioritizing on market deals? And and how should they go about finding either of the two?
All right. So I'm going to back up a little bit and say that this is the foundation of real estate. Real estate is a relationship business, which kind of goes back to what we were saying before about networking. You have to learn how to network. You have to learn how to talk to people, and you have to learn how to bring value to people outside of you generally benefiting directly from that. So with that being said, you're only going to find off-market deals if you build relationships and you network. And in this market, the competition for real estate is extremely high for on-market properties. So the only way for you to get on-market properties, you're going to have to come up with offers where you take out a lot of contingencies, i.e. either a small window for inspection or no contingency. You're going to have to make offers with over asking. You're going to have to come either full cash or a significant amount of cash to show how serious you are, or you might have to do something like an escalation clause, which essentially states if someone puts in an offer that is higher than yours, you will match that offer up to a certain point. So that's where we are with that. And what are your thoughts on that, Walter?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, like you said earlier, it's about networking, because if I know somebody that you don't know and we become friends, we become associates, cool. Hey, man, I need to get my property, renovated. I might know a bunch of contractors that say, hey, you know what? I got you with the job, but if you didn't know me, how'd you get into work for you? So having that connection, going out there, meeting people is very important for real estate. Very important.
No, yeah, exactly. And so getting to this deal we just did with Myron, the only reason we even knew about the deal is because we were basically working. We had a prior deal that we had done with this developer, and he was one of the first people we contacted. I ran the numbers, I checked out the area, and it looked like a great deal, and we decided to make a move very quick. So one of the things that was also interesting is that this property was about half a mile from Miami Freedom Park, which is the new stadium that David Beckham is basically building. It basically got approved while we were under contract. So we should see, I'm predicting that we should see a pretty decent appreciation in that area. Mo, any possibility you could pull up Miami Freedom Park just to show the viewers what that looks like?
There you go.
1 second.
So just having a property is great, but if someone builds around that property, like maybe a complex, shopping center, a school, it can help values raise up as well. So that's very important.
No, yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things I want people to understand, that once again, this is not, you want to be successful with real estate, you can't stay inside. You got to be outside. You got to know what's going on. And like Walter said, you have to read real estate news, or at least work with someone that's up on the news. And yeah, if you see a neighborhood where you see a lot of development, a lot of construction, a lot of stuff going on, it's a safe bet that properties in that area are going to appreciate, as well as properties in adjacent neighborhoods may also benefit from that appreciation.
Yeah.
So
I remember I wanted to sell one of mine, and you were like, hey, man, they're about to build this right next to you, or someone of influence already bought around your area. Why sell? Because it's going up in value. And I was like, damn, you got a point. And I think across from me, they're building like a complex or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
So in regards to your property that you're talking about, yeah, like I mean, I listed it, but when I did my research, I advised you, hey man, I think it's a good idea to sell because literally around the corner from his property, Moshe Mana, who is a billionaire, basically brought up 4 blocks.
damn.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's Miami Freedom Park. This is going to be situated just east of Miami International Airport. And the property that Myron just purchased is about half a mile from there.
Nice.
So
guess what? Value's going up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this is going to be a professional soccer team for Miami.
You can't beat that, guys. All the soccer fans are gonna go there regardless. So
No, yeah, absolutely, guys. So that's one of the things I want everyone to kind of take away from this. Yeah, definitely. If you see a neighborhood is changing, try to get into that neighborhood. If you can't afford to get into that neighborhood, try to get into an adjacent neighborhood. Case in point, a perfect example is Wynwood. Wynwood is like the hottest neighborhood in Miami right now. It's very trendy, artsy, a lot of microbreweries, art galleries, bars, restaurants. But then once Wynwood got really developed, the adjacent neighborhoods started picking up. Like right now, Edgewater is going through a lot of development as well. And even another area that's adjacent to that, but not quite as developed as Edgewater, is Allapattah. That's another hot area, which people can get into that area relatively at reasonable prices compared to Wynwood and Edgewater. So,
and it's funny, a couple years ago, no one ever want to go to those areas or be seen there because it was literally the hood. It still is, but like not to that degree.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you know what? That's one of the reasons I got into real estate, because even back in New York City, every once in a while, you'd bump into someone that clearly was, you know, very wealthy. And then I would just ask them, hey, man, so you seem to be very successful. How did you become so successful? And you know what they would tell me? They're like, well, you see that warehouse over there? 30 years ago, I bought it for $100,000. Everyone told me that the people in that neighborhood were going to kill me. I held on to it. And now I'm selling it for $20 million.
Damn. Guys, realize what you just said. Someone bought property, warehouse, house, doesn't matter what they bought, sat on it. A couple years later.
Well, not a couple. We're talking like 30 years. Just
still. You never know. And as a result, he's chilling.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's what I want people to understand, because real estate, I mean, and I get it's not as sexy as other investments. Chances are you're not going to become wealthy overnight, but real estate, you will definitely get rich slow.
Yeah,
it's definitely not a get rich quick scheme. Speaking of getting rich, well, actually, not actually that slow. Someone at this table had a pretty big breakthrough this year in real estate and realized that he kind of crossed a certain threshold.
Yeah, man. I didn't know. So basically at the end of last year, Roger, as you guys know, he's my property manager as well. So me and Roger find deals. We're talking about tenants. He manages my properties, everything else like that. So he knows pretty much, he manages my portfolio. And he was like, bro, I don't know if you know this, but your net worth is a little over $1 million right now. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what? And, you know, it was fucking awesome because I didn't expect that. Like, I didn't think like that's what it was. And you guys know me, man. I save my money. I invest. I don't really spend it on nice things. So, or not flashy things, not yet, at least not until I get it to a certain point where I'm making passive. But Roger was one that gave me the news and it was awesome. And I was like, oh shit. And, you know, I looked at it like, I got to keep buying more property, because I look at it like when you have real estate, you know, the beauty about it is that it gives you like huge tax benefits, guys, because I'm paying pretty much the same amount of taxes right now that I was when I was a Fed, which is scary to me because I made way less money.
Exactly.
So, and then it hit me with like kind of like a financial red pill, like, holy shit, this is why people that are in the working class always stay perpetually in debt. They're taxed at a crazy rate. I'm making like
W-2 is the worst tax bracket.
Yeah,
period.
Almost 10x what I used to make as an agent, and now I'm pretty much paying the same amount of taxes. And it's because real estate, guys. And I know you guys are always like, "Yo, but what about crypto? What about stock? What about index funds? All that other stuff." That stuff is fantastic, guys. Don't get me wrong, but you are not gonna find another asset class that's gonna pay you money, appreciate over time, and give you, most importantly, number 3, those tax benefits that real estate is going to give you with the appreciation and the cost segregation. So when we buy properties, me and Roger, I want you guys to also look at something where if you're buying rehab properties, what you need to start asking a guy after you close the deal, of course, little tip for y'all, some game right now, okay? Get ready. After you close the deal, if you buy a turnkey property, ask the person that rehabbed it how much they spent on renovations, okay? And tell them, listen, bro, we already closed the deal. You don't got to lie about it. You don't want to cap. I don't go fuck. Just tell me how much it cost you. And regardless of whatever they cost them, make a note of that. You're going to use that, guys, when you do your cost segregation later with your accountant. And that's going to be extremely important because it's going to allow you to depreciate at a faster rate, 5 years versus 27.5 with residential.
Exactly.
So yeah, shout out to Roger for telling me that news and everything. And that was back at, and back then we had what, like a $2 million real estate portfolio?
2.5.
2.5? We're up to 3.5 now, baby.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
There you go.
So buying this property, guys, definitely increased the overall portfolio's worth. Obviously, we got debt, right? We got a bunch of debt. Don't get it twisted. Like, I'm now here owning these shits cash. I only own a couple properties outright, but most of them were leveraged. And yeah.
And I'm poor. I had to sell all the Lambos. I'm going back to Chick-fil-A.
That's not true, man.
And AT&T. Taking phone calls.
Oh, real quick, let me break something down. So, just so everyone understands, when I did the net worth calculation, so there's a big spreadsheet, and I was looking at, well, all right, so he has X amount of properties. The properties are worth X. How much does he owe on the properties? In other words, how much money would be left over if he was to sell them all today at present value? And yeah, he would have over $1 million left over. So just so everyone understands that. Yeah.
So that's how we got the net worth there, guys. But guys, I don't even feel like it, man. I don't feel any different. And honestly, I was like, it's not really that much like money. Like it's obviously fantastic, but it's like you should always aspire for more.
No,
so
yeah, definitely.
When you hit your first million, you think you'd be like, yeah, I'm excited. And it's like, this is nothing.
Yeah,
you want to keep going. So it's like, bro,
for sure. So, but I'll tell you guys now. So I tell you guys all the time, 90+% of millionaires make their first million through real estate. I'm one of those people, and it came through real estate. You know, it didn't come from YouTube and everything else like that. I invested YouTube money into it, but a big part of it, guys, was I bought a bunch of my deals when the market was still before it got hot. Like one of my properties appreciated $100,000, guys.
Yeah.
Yo, next time someone says to you, Myron, are you high value? Google me, bitch. Look at my net worth.
Yeah, I don't talk about it too much, but you know, I'm doing it more for you guys as an education thing. Like, yo, you guys can do this too, because let's say you buy a property, for, you know, you remember, okay, so I'll walk you guys through our first deal that I did with Roger. We thought we got ripped. I remember we didn't get ripped off, but I was like apprehensive to do it. Dude, remember? We bought the house. Long story short, guys, here are the numbers.
But I told you.
Yeah, you know, you had it right. You know, he had it right for sure. I was worried about it, but I was like, yo, I talked with Aaron about it. I talked with you about it. We ended up doing it. Long story short, guys, got under contract for $358 duplex. Okay. So here are the numbers. Contract at $358 duplex here in Miami. House appraises at $337. So now we're like, shit, what are we going to do? It appraised for $20,000 less. The seller doesn't want to budge and give it to me for $337. So we end up buying it for $358. Sorry, we're under contract for $368. So he let us go down $10,000. So we bought it at $358, right, guys? So I'm like, fuck. But we're still cash flowing, right? We're making about $1,200 positive. It was getting a cash on cash of about 12%. Okay, so I was like, fuck it, let's do it. That house now, guys, is worth almost $458,000. Okay, so in only a year, we closed on it March in 2021, right? Yeah, last year. March 2021, we closed. March 12th, 2021, we closed. It was at $358. That house now is worth about $450,000. So, guys, it's not like my net worth went up because I'm like, oh, look at me making all this money. No, it went up a lot of the time just because the houses I bought them at a good time, and now they're worth more. And that's what happens when you buy real estate. You just sit there and let it appreciate, bang, and then your net worth goes up.
All the while, it was cash flowing. So
that's the key.
Yeah, so you were actually making money on it.
I was making money on it, guys. I was making about $1,200 a month, which is 12% cash on what I invested. And that house, I was able, the renovations on it were able to significantly lower my taxes because I bought it from someone that had just rehabbed the house. Yep. There were a couple $100,000 that they put into it for fixing. I was able to take that couple $100,000, use it with my accountant, and use that to offset my earned income for that year, guys. So I was able to become liable for less on my tax returns, which means what? I don't have to pay as much taxes. And guys, little things like this is how the wealthy stay wealthy, man. There's a reason why 90+% of millionaires have real estate. It's because real estate is one of the best ways to protect against inflation, one of the best ways to protect yourself from high tax liability, and one of the best ways to earn income passively while simultaneously increases in value, and you build equity in the home, and you can pull money out of that goddamn house whenever you want with something called the cash out refinance. And guess what happens with a cash out refinance? Not a taxable event. So you can pull $100,000 out of that property. We can go to that property right now, pull $100,000 plus out, use it to go buy another deal. IRS can't touch that money that we pull out. See what I'm talking about, guys, here? Fucking insane. And when I figured this stuff out, I was like, what the hell? Like, it hit me why, like, Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, all these guys. I was like, how the fuck these guys not pay taxes? And then when I figured it out, I was like, wow. So, guys, out there, I don't want to sound biased because I have all the other investment stuff as well when it comes to, crypto.
Stocks.
I'm in crypto, guys. I'm in index funds. I'm in the stock market as well. Hell, I got Chewy stock, God damn it. Y'all think we're fucking around over here. But real estate is by far the investment, the best investment class, in my opinion, when it comes to building wealth, protecting yourself from decreasing your tax liability, and also, most importantly, earning income. Because I know they're like, oh, well, you can hedge your coins and all this other shit. But, bro, the market's volatile.
So everyone on the panel here, tell the audience one book you recommend about real estate. Tell someone get started with real estate. One book that you would recommend. One book.
The one book I would recommend... Damn. I'm trying to remember what the name of the
Rich Dad Poor Dad, I think, was good.
Actually, you know what? That is, I would go with that one. Honestly, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Honestly, yeah.
Yep. Chris Kahn also came out with a good book, The Straight Path. I like that. I was listening to that on Audible as well.
Chris Kahn's a legend.
His investment strategy is a little bit different. He buys pretty much almost exclusively single-family homes, but I think that's a fantastic market to buy in because you're never going to, if you buy them at the medium price, you're going to be good, guys, which I think right now in the United States, the medium price for single-family home throughout the United States is somewhere between $200,000 to $300,000. So if you buy in that range, depending on your market.
I actually think it's more than that, but I don't remember the specific one. I can tell you what it is in Miami.
In Miami, it's way more.
What do you guys think? Medium house
it's probably 4 to 5.
I would say 450.
It's over 5 now.
Wow. Yeah, because he looks at Utah and a bunch of other places.
Everyone has their preference on what they want to invest in. Yeah. But overall, I would just say from my experience, I would say multifamily. But I would recommend is Set for Life. You already know I was going to say that. Scott Trench. Hopefully we have him on the show as well. He's from Bigger Pockets, but that's a very good Set for Life.
Yeah. I was talking with some guys over at Bigger Pockets, guys. So don't worry. Stay tuned. We'll have them on the pod as well soon.
All right, we got some chats here.
Yeah. Can you get some of these chats? And then what I'll do is I got a board back here, guys.
Oh boy.
I know y'all were probably wondering what the hell was Myron doing earlier. I got a board set up here, so we're gonna go ahead and put the numbers in for that house. Can you? And while Fresh reads these chats.
Cool. Hopefully y'all can understand me. Just kidding. Okay, we got some chats here. Cool. We got Darnie, Australian. Thumbs up. Shout out to you. P&D Breezy, $5 says, what % of men in the USA would you say are imps?
You need to come up?
Bro, that's a hard one to say, bro. I would say like vast majority, maybe like 80% more. Venom says, must be in the multiverse if Bert and Ernie up in Canada is defending y'all from H3 before even using video from Friday's show. Yeah, bro, that's not it's probably not genuine, bro. Who cares? D Nice, $2 says, Fresh keeps staying three steps ahead of the haters. Shout out to you, bro. Bless Kabusi, $20. Shout out to you, bro. Ava Velos, $20 says, yo, Myron, you said with the war, they're trying to do something with the rupee, correct? Myron, you mentioned the rupee being affected by... Oh, yeah, he's busy right now. We'll come back to that. We got 123. Should I use my VA loan to buy triplex now or wait for the market to stabilize? Bro, do it now. If it's cash flowing. If it's not cash flowing, then don't do it at all. Remember, you're buying for cash flow, not for appreciation. If it does appreciate, awesome. But if it doesn't, who cares? Because you're making money anyway. Bless Kabusi, $5 says, file for bankruptcy at 21, medical bills. I'm 26 now. How can I overcome this and get a loan to invest? My friend, it takes like 7 years to, I believe, break away from that or more. I would talk to somebody that deals with credit repair specifically to get that taken off for you, but I don't know if that's possible. That's a hard one. I never dealt with it myself, so I don't know. Ches Mix Live, $20 says, any tips on where to study for your state test? I failed the Delaware test twice. Then I was told I was studying the wrong material. I was studying from the CE shop. I'm looking for other material before taking it again. I think Roger can answer that question. He said he filled his real estate test in Delaware, and he was studying the wrong material from the CE shop.
Any tips where to study for your state test? I failed the Delaware state test twice, and I was told I was studying the wrong material. Wow.
That's
All right.
wild.
So this is a little tough one because the state exams are different from state to state. What I would do is probably actually, you know what? Contact your local Keller Williams office and ask for some help and ask them which school and which study material you should be going for. Everyone knows that as far as education goes, Keller Williams is the best to get started with. So that's what I'd recommend doing. But yeah, you obviously, if you're studying the wrong material, then yeah, you're not going to pass the state exam.
Bam. All right, we have here next Abe Avelos, $10 says, also forgot to ask about crypto right now. Any comments on small coins like Gala and Mala, or still sticking to Solana, BTC, and Ethereum? We recommend Ethereum based on Charlie and Miguel's advice, but honestly, bro, it's up to you. But we recommend ETH and Hex for me. Life Matters, $2 says, Roger, is that a bespoke suit?
I never reveal my secrets, my friend.
You wear a suit today, bro. Because
Hey
normally,
man, well, to be quite honest,
Mhm.
hey, Kevin Samuels was known for wearing suits. He passed. I wanted to kind of give him a small little tribute in my own little way.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, we got to keep the brothers that are wearing, nice upscale, clothing. We got to keep that going, man.
That's showing love, bro. We got here G Unit, $20 says, need advice, guys. I pay $500 for rent at my brother's currently. I made $100K selling cars. I got $20K saved. I want to make more money, around $100K more a year. Do I get an FHA loan on a new house, then rent it out? So he's paying $500 right now for rent. He's making $100K selling cars. He has $20K saved up. He wants to know, should I get FHA loan on a new house?
No, I mean, that sounds like a great way to get started. I mean, I would need to know more about your individual situation, but yeah, I'd definitely say that.
If you can get it, bro, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just make sure it's cash flowing, bro, because that's very important.
That's the main thing. Yep.
Last thoughts. Shout out to you. $5 says, I knew Myron was a millionaire when he was debating that chick on After Hours. Congrats, Myron. There you go.
Fire.
Mark Martinez, $20 says, opinion on buying a property as a single male, 30 years old, living in Miami. Should I buy something to live in or look for multi-property? Currently thinking about townhomes as a first home. Currently approved for $500K.
All right. So here's the deal. And this I said earlier, I want this to drill into everyone's head.
Mhm.
If possible, the first thing you want to buy is an asset. What is an asset? An asset that basically is paying you cash flow income after you've spent and paid for everything. So it has to be profiting you and it has to be bringing money. And appreciation is cool, but that should just be a bonus. Then once you have that in place, then you use the money from that to buy your, the place that you're going to lay your head, which at that point, that's getting good debt. Then when you have those two things in place and you want to get a hot car, then go out and get a hot car. Boom. And you will probably find that once you have those two things in place, it will be easier for you to get that hot car. And I know Fresh could attest to this, and cost you less than doing it the other way, which most people get the hot car first, then they get their house, then they try to get an investment property, which they usually can't get because they don't have any money to do it at that point.
Yeah, he basically saying in a nutshell, guys, sacrifice at the very beginning. So when the foundation is built, then you can go outside of that and expand and get other toys as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So we have Eero Success Plumbing. $20 says, to become a millionaire, you need to piggyback mortgages from each property. I'm 33 from New York with three apartments. I own are worth more than 10 apartments buildings in Florida. He said piggyback mortgages?
You need to piggyback mortgage from it. No, I see what he's saying. He's basically saying he's leveraging each property to get another property.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Home and Clicks, $20 says, the thing is people in the chat live in different areas in the States. What can dudes that want to go in real estate do if they don't want to move? Find a property manager, no?
Well, the first thing is, and I've encountered this with people where I tell them what to do and they don't do it, and then they wonder why they can't do it. Look, like I said before, you gotta get outside. You have to look around before you start looking into hot areas, hot states. Start looking in your own backyard. What do I mean by this? When you drive around your neighborhood, if you see people that are renovating houses, new construction development, stop and talk to those people. A lot of times you will find that the guy that's running the project will be here, usually the general contractor. You might even bump into the developer. Start talking to them, start asking them what's going on, start reading up on local news in regards to real estate so you know what's going on in your area. because that's how you potentially find opportunities. Start going to the local real estate clubs, start talking to local brokers, start reading and educating yourself on real estate. Bigger Pockets has a podcast. That's an excellent source of a lot of information. We discussed Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, for you to start understanding the difference between assets and liabilities and what to do to build wealth. And yeah, guys, just take it there. Even something as simple as going to open houses and just asking questions just to see what's going on in the market might be able to open your eyes to opportunities that literally could be in your own backyard.
There you go. All right. We have here Elliot Wave Review. 10 Canadian says, yo, what's the difference between COC, return, and cap rate, and which one matters more to decide if a property is worth buying? Thanks, guys.
Okay, so COC, cash on cash return.
And we broke it down. I got it right here.
You got it right there?
So we'll actually, we can walk them through it after, but
okay,
you can tell them what it is.
Yeah, cash on cash return is basically like saying the return on your money. You're going to put X amount into a property. Like, let's say you buy a property for 100 grand. You're going to put down 30 grand to get the property, everything said and done. And let's say, for argument's sake, that property is bringing in $3,000. So in that example, your cash on cash would be 10% because it's not off of the purchase price, but it's off of the price of the money that you put down. Cap rate is essentially if you take the net operating income, which is basically all of the money that's left over after expenses. This does not include debt service, which is a mortgage. And then you divide that by the purchase price of the house. That gives you a number and a percentage. And you use that as a metric to see and evaluate how your property stacks up against other properties in the area. Essentially, and here's the thing with cap rates, it actually works the opposite way. A higher cap rate usually means a more risky investment. A lower cap rate usually means a more stable investment. Case in point, a big apartment building that's class A, essentially a luxury apartment building, very low risk, is going to have a lower cap rate. If you buy a 4-unit in a up and coming neighborhood, maybe a class C property, it's going to have a higher cap rate, probably in the 7s or 8s or 9s, whereas a big, stable luxury apartment building is going to have a cap rate easily below 5%, maybe in the 2s to 3%. So I hope that helps you guys.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, we're going to show you guys some video from the property real fast. Okay. And Roger's going to kind of walk you guys through. And then I also got a board here with all the numbers. We're going to teach you guys exactly how to run the numbers. Roger's bald head's in the way, but don't worry. We're going to go ahead and walk you guys through the numbers. So real fast, guys, we're going to go ahead and kill the Twitch stream and the Twitter stream. And we're going to show you guys a video here in a second. Fresh, you got any words for the people before we play this video?
Let's go.
All right, so
yeah, I'll tell you.
Can you tell them a little about this video, Roger?
All right, so
before we play it,
this is one of the first videos that I took. Actually, when I went to the property, what I like to do is I go out there. Myron usually doesn't see the properties, so I take video just to kind of show them the state and the quality that the property is in, and I send them to them. So it's basically a walkthrough of one of the units. And waiting on Mo.
All right. I'm just going to pull that bad boy up right now. Here we go.
All right. So this is one of the units, the property that Myron just purchased is a duplex.
I'm liking the tiles on the floor.
Yeah. So Myron is what's known as a turnkey investor. That means that he only purchased properties that are basically ready to be rented or actually come with tenants, and it's been fully rehabbed.
Yeah.
So as you can see, obviously the tiles have been done, and you can, all right. So we're moving around.
And I'll give you guys the pluses and negatives of being a turnkey investor, because it definitely has its ups and downs.
Yeah, so this is the kitchen. As you can see, there are new appliances, new countertops,
nice
electric panel, brand new.
So see, Myron's willing to pay a little bit more for the turnkey property, but when he gets a property, he's in cash flow right away. And then secondly, appreciation will go up over time. So
yep,
it's a good deal.
Yeah,
and then also my secret weapon, guys, is well, I'll tell you guys the plus and negatives here in a second. But as you guys can see, it's completely rehabbed. And Roger does this for me. This is the importance, guys, of having a good real estate agent too. I got to give Roger his fucking flowers. Because Roger goes and checks the property out for me. He's looking at it from a defensive standpoint because he's also my property manager. So when he goes in, not only is he going in with a real estate hat, he's also going in with a property manager hat. He's like, all right, what's going to be problematic for us once we procure this property? So you can keep playing it, Mo. Keep playing it while I'm talking. And so we go ahead and we look at it from that type of angle. So as you can see here, there's a backyard. Roger, you want to keep telling them about what you see here?
No, yeah, basically, some of the things they did landscaping. They laid down the gravel there. As you can see,
How many doors?
2 doors.
2 doors.
It's a duplex. So the air compressors are brand new. There's some trees in the backyard. Pretty nice property, waterfront. So pretty cool. And you can kind of fast forward there a little bit more. See what else we got. All right.
So it has a backyard. This is all stuff that definitely adds value to it, guys.
Yeah, keep going, Mo. Keep going. Let me see what else.
Because I'm looking at it like,
that might be it, really.
when you see stuff like this, you're able to be like, all right, cool. Like I can charge more on rent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these are all things that, yes, it might cost a little bit more, but you'll be able to make it on the back end when you go ahead.
Mo, I think that's about it. You could basically kill it now.
Okay. So let me tell you guys real quick the benefits and negatives of being a turnkey investor. Because some of you guys might, want to be, some of you guys are handyman, you might want to do it yourself. The reason why I like being a turnkey investor, guys, is because when you do turnkeys, you don't have to worry about shit. It's basically ready to go. You just go to the closing table, done. The landlord who has it, go ahead and, he gives you the keys. And if it's Section 8, they transfer it over to you, which is a pain in the ass. We could probably do an episode walking you guys through how to do that.
Hey, Section 8.
Yeah, it's a pain. Or all the tenants just know to sell you the money, give you the money, cash, whatever it may be. But it's pretty much ready to go. The other reason why I really like getting rehab property, guys, is because for tax purposes, you're able to do something called cost segregation. So after they're done rehabbing it and you buy it, you can go ahead and absorb those costs into your tax return, guys. Okay, so that's huge because it's going to basically significantly decrease your income for that year because you're able to basically deduct at a higher rate. Depreciation typically is at 27.5 years. When you're doing it with cost segregation, because it's, you're basically talking about things that you're depreciating in the house that are not structural, you're able to depreciate it at what? 5 years, guys. Okay. And there's some situations here where you're able to take up that 5-year tax reduction in the first year up front. So we're talking about to 20%, guys, which is insane when you do the numbers and figure it out. So imagine you buy multiple properties, they've done, a couple $100,000 on rehab. You can see how this quickly adds up and saves you quite a bit of money. Okay, and we're going to go into more detail on this one. Steve finishes doing my numbers for the tax year. But this guy's right here is how you're able to save a significant amount of money when it comes to taxes. So Uncle Sam doesn't just shove his hands in your pocket and fuck you up. And this is all legal shit, guys. None of this is illegal. It's all 100% legal. This is why so many people park their money, their wealth into real estate. So anything before I go on to the board?
No, I think that's about it. Let's.
So what we're gonna do here, guys, is I have a scenario here for you guys. This is the exact scenario that we have. I'm being very transparent with you guys. These are all my numbers for this property that we purchased. So I'm gonna walk you guys through the contract price and everything else like that real quick. So, Roger, if you could just move back a little bit.
Yeah, you're a better man than me, bro.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Mo, hit camera 3.
There we go. Contract, monthly expenses, gross rents, profit, and cash into the deal.
Okay, so so let me real quick. I'm gonna set up a microphone here. Roger, you want to tell them anything else about the property while I set this up?
All right, so the total contract.
So contract price was
$820 for duplex.
It's a duplex. It's an
God
off-market property.
God damn. $820.
Hey Mo.
Yes, sir.
16.
Yes, sir.
Bruh.
But here's the thing. It's
Bruh,
still cash flowing.
It's cash flowing though.
Yeah, it's cash flowing about.
You guys got me?
If I remember correctly, around $2,000 a month.
All right.
So yeah, there we go. 2151.
All right, so guys, I'm going to walk you through here how this deal. All right, so first the contract price was $820,000, and it was originally appraised at $800,000, but we had to do the realtor fees and everything, right? Yeah. So the house guys appraised at $800,000. It was a rehab and everything else like that. Before it was like only worth $600K, but it ended up appraising for about $800,000. So, and then we had to put in realtor fees and everything else like that. It is what it is. When you do off-market deals, guys, a lot of these dealers or sellers don't want to pay a realtor fee. You want to tell them about that real quick, Roger? Why they're
No, I mean, they're just trying to maximize their profits. I mean, it's that simple, but we're able to come to an agreement, so everything's good to go.
Yeah, but get ready, guys. This is kind of one of the negatives of like when you do off-market deals, they're not going to want to deal with real estate agents a lot of the time because it's not on the MLS, okay? But the beauty is that a lot of the times the numbers are good. So so we'll just go ahead and say for, purposes to make this easier, let's say $820,000 was the contract price. The monthly expenses, guys, is $4,849. This is all debt service to include the, the mortgage, the taxes, the what else? Insurance, homeowners insurance, flood insurance, everything, guys. Because we also have flood insurance on this property because you guys saw the proximity to that little canal there, right? So we're talking about $4,849. Then the gross rents, guys, is $7,000. So each tenant pays $3,500 a month. Okay.
Yep.
So that leaves us with a profit of $2,151 per month. Okay. You take this number, $2,151 per month, you multiply it by 12. That gives you an annual income of $25,812 annually from this property alone. Okay. And remember, guys, this is passive. I don't do shit to get this. This just comes in.
That is somebody's yearly salary, for doing nothing.
So this is what the beauty of real estate, guys. And when you have a little bit more capital, you're able to buy a little bit bigger deals like this, which gives you a bigger return. Okay. Then you have to go into cash into the deal. So on this deal, guys, I only put 20% down. Normally I do 25%, but on this one I did 20%. And the reason why is because the interest rate, guys, was 5.75, I think, when we ended up doing this deal. Or it was at like 5.9.
5.99.
Yeah, it was 5.99. So what I did, guys, I forgot to mention this.
Yeah.
So trick, guys, when you're doing a deal and the interest rate is high, instead of putting more money down, what you could do is buy points to bring the interest rate down. So what I did was I went ahead and brought the interest rate down. And what that ends up doing is that increases your monthly cash flow without having to put more of a percentage down. Does that make sense, guys? So if I had put down 25%, me and Roger pretty much did the numbers, I would have had to come with like $240,000 to the closing table. Yeah. But instead, what I did was I took $10,000, bought points, and brought it down to about 5.75 interest rate, which increased my cash flow, and I didn't have to put as much money down as far as coming to the table with 25%, if that makes sense, guys. So you see how I was able to basically get to the same cash flow while putting less of my own capital down. And that's the importance of buying points, especially now, guys. The interest rates are going back up. The real estate market is somewhat correcting itself to a degree. But that's the beauty of buying points. And this is like a little trick that that's pretty, a lot of savvy investors use to go ahead and increase their monthly cash flow. And then also keep in mind, this is on a 30-year loan. So that $10K that I put in, right, to decrease that interest rate is going to save me money long-term. All right. So the interest rate is 5.75, guys, but I didn't put that into here just because it would make this simpler. So to cash into the deal, I had to put down 40K as earnest. And can you tell the people what an earnest deposit is real fast?
So that's basically earnest money, also known as your escrow deposit. It demonstrates to the seller that you are serious and you probably have the ability to get it to closing. So it's usually required. Right now in Miami, we're right around 5% of the purchase price is what's recommended, but you could put more or less. And in some cases, for people to kind of sweeten the deal, some people are putting significantly more down. So that money also means that if you don't perform as the buyer, that money will then be at risk. So that kind of makes the seller feel more comfortable in getting in the contract and taking the property, off the market and not accepting other offers while they have it under contract with you.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. So yeah, this is that's what we put in the first, and we did like 15K first, then we put another 25K. They're going to tell you, they're going to structure in different ways, but I just put 40K earnest all together. Then at the closing table, guys, I had to bring another 169K at closing. So this brings our total money out of pocket, guys, to $201,000. Okay. And I know that's a lot, guys, but again, I'm showing you guys this just so you understand how to figure out your cash on cash return. You can do you could do this with any property, run it through the same exact scenario. So now we're going to figure out the cash on cash return. You take that $201,000, and this includes everything. This is realtor fees, cash to close, earnest deposit, everything. Okay. All the cash put into the deal, and you divide it by how much money you make annually. That gives us 12% cash, 12% cash on cash, almost 13%, which is fantastic, guys, in the Miami market. Okay. Yeah. So there we go. This is a cash on cash return, 12.84, which is basically, we can say almost 13% cash on cash, which if you're getting that in a hot market like Miami, Austin, Texas, Dallas, anywhere else like that where population is exploding, bro, it's a huge fucking W. So as you guys can see, yes, this deal did take a lot of capital. I had to save up money for several months to do this deal. However,
which Myron hated.
Yeah, which I hated to do that because I always like to buy properties as fast as I can. But this deal was definitely worth it, guys, even though we had to put a lot of money in. But you can do this too. You don't have to do this, obviously, with a $800,000 property. This is obviously at a higher scale. But what you can do is you could do these same exact numbers with a house that's $200,000, $300,000, etc. And me personally, with Roger, we look for deals somewhere between the 10 to 15% cash on cash return range, because here in Miami, it's extremely competitive. But if you live in somewhere like Utah, rural Texas, Las Vegas area, where else was another hot start? The Carolinas, whatever, Alabama, Mississippi, you can get cash on cash returns of like 15, 20%. Yes, it might be a little bit less money. You might only make $500 to $600, $1,000 a month, but you're going to get crazy cash on cash returns. Also, the other reason why I only put 20% down, guys, is because when you put 20% down, it increases your cash on cash return. Because remember, you're getting a return based on the cash you put into the deal yourself. So when I put 25% in, the cash on cash went down to like 10%. So I was like, fuck that. Let me just buy interest points, decrease the interest rates, hit it from that angle versus going ahead and putting more money down. Because I normally put 25% down, but another tactic you can do is just buy interest points, guys. All right, so you got to weigh it out based on your deal. What's cheaper? Should I buy points to decrease the interest rate over a long term, 30 years, or should I put more down money down, 25% of my own capital? Whatever is the lesser of the two, go with that angle, because you always want to put the least of your own money down to procure and control the property. Cool?
Well said.
Bam.
No,
Man,
all right.
This is fire.
Who gives y'all this kind of fucking value, baby? Give me a Don DeMarco, man.
Of his property, bro. Yo, like the video, guys. Sub to the channel. Shout out Myron for showing up, because I ain't gonna hold y'all, bro. You know I'm saying my personal stuff. But I did that for y'all, so shout out to him, man. And like the video, man. At least like the video. So there you go.
Okay, and then cool. What else do we got here?
We got some chats here as well.
Okay, and then we'll close this bad boy up. All right, could I start? Should you buy land over single house?
The answer to that question is it depends on your individual market. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I want to say this also, bro. In most scenarios, it's better to buy the house, and I'll tell you why. You can't depreciate land. You cannot depreciate land. You can only depreciate property. So as a matter of fact, when you do your depreciation, they're going to take a certain portion out because of the land itself. So you can't depreciate land unless you got in a hot area and they're trying to build. You're probably better off buying a house, especially if you want to make money consistently month over month. Unless you're just trying to buy it and then sell that shit later on, that's fine. But if you're trying to make consistent cash flow and have it appreciate over time while getting tax benefits, you're going to want to buy a house. Question for all: is there a demand for copywriters in the real estate niche? Ooh, I don't know.
Maybe for online guys. Ramville, $5 says, check out Meet Kevin on YouTube. Best real estate investor on YouTube. Would love to have him here.
All right, we'll check them out.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just bought a 9-unit Airbnb resort, planning to cash flow 40%, but want to resell some equity to investors at 8 to 10% cap rate. Best way to find investors that want to buy a portion? That's for Roger right there.
Network. Yeah.
Look online. There's online forums. There's group chats. There's Facebook groups. You can find people, bro. Just gotta look for it.
Easy. Just Google. I mean, most major cities or most counties have like a real estate club. Just Google local real estate clubs. You'll probably find people that way.
The next isn't there a site called meetup.com? Yeah, that too.
That's another one.
And I know you guys mentioned Ben Mala. We're gonna. I think Fresh is making some moves on that. So don't worry, guys. We got y'all. And then last one's here. Alan Diaz. Any advice on investing in real estate in New York? I'm 23, making 66K.
Ooh.
Love the podcast. Get the fuck out of New York, bro.
Ooh.
Don't invest in New York. Don't do it.
You better run, boy.
Yo, quick little tip for you guys: if the state is blue, you don't want to own real estate there, because it's states that are blue tend to be more tenant friendly, and if they give you issues and shit like that, you're not going to be able to get them out, and you don't want to deal with that.
If the state is blue, run and say I chew.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that was, bro.
Okay,
press G.
Patrick Pimbo, $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. $10. G. Myron, I want to invest in real estate, but I am married. My wife is in school to become a nurse, and after hearing the red flags of nurses, should I divorce her and begin before investing? Hey man, City Boys, we up, baby. If she's on some bullshit, then you might want to. Yo, I always say this shit. I'll say it real quick for you guys before we close this show out. If your wife is giving you problems, you got to go and you're like, yo, I want to leave this chick. You got to go meet with a family attorney. Okay. Meet with that family attorney in your area. He's going to be able to advise you in the best way to be able to leave that relationship so that you don't get all your shit destroyed. Okay?
You know the worst part? If you stay with her and you buy that property, that's not marriageable property.
Yes.
And then you got to share it with her.
Whatever you do, don't fucking buy it while you're with her.
And if she shit on your ass, nigga,
it's a wrap.
In that house, bro, you got to leave the house because she's probably going to say some wild shit.
Because everything is going to be 50-50. Every dollar that you make. And guys, watch our episodes that we had with the divorce attorneys on here. Yep. Like, this shit could save your life. Take that $500 to $1,000, do a goddamn consultation with a family attorney in your geographic area, your locality that understands the laws where you fucking live, and then start strategizing on how you can go ahead and get out this marriage without getting destroyed through the divorce court, family court, whatever it is, because it gets complicated once you start having kids, commingled assets, etc. But do not buy that fucking house while you're married, bro. Do not do that shit.
Mitigate risk, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thoughts on converting property to Airbnb versus renting it out?
It's more money, but it's also more headaches as well.
Yes.
Trust me when I say
but
headaches
guys,
can be.
realistically, that question, it really depends on where he is. I mean, that's like going to a doctor and saying, hey, I have a pain in my side. What should I do?
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But, having a property in fucking Miami, Florida, right? It's going to be great for Airbnb versus being in fucking, Laredo, Texas.
But let's say generally, though, what would you say in terms of like generally speaking? Airbnb
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I really can't say that because look, like in Miami and certain and not even Miami, but certain areas of Miami, Airbnbs are freaking killing it. I can't debate that.
Yeah, we don't know where
depends on your location,
in other
bro.
areas, maybe not.
Yeah. That's true.
But if you want stability, right, over like risk, Tenants is always the way to go.
Yeah.
And then $10, Stephanopoulos, is now a good time to buy considering the high interest rates. What do you think about investing in real estate overseas? Yo, the interest rates are not that high, guys. Like, don't think like.
Oh, I finally converted him.
Yeah.
You were complaining. Yeah, guys, just let you know, if you go back and look at it, the majority over the time that they tracked it, interest rates have been the average interest rates between 6 and 8%.
Yeah.
So where we're at right now is not even high. My
It's
parents
normal.
bought their house. They were paying 13% interest rate. So guys, get over it.
So it's still a good time to get in, bro. Like, yeah, is the days of 2% interest rate, which is basically free money, gone? Yeah, it is. But that should not stop you from buying real estate. If anything, as inflation goes up, you need to get into real estate because the money that you put into that real estate is the value of it is gonna stick and it's gonna appreciate. What's up, guys? I just bought 9 homes on some land, 7 more I can build with the 9 Airbnb. I will do a 40% cash on cash return. That's awesome. Did a lot of rehab, and this can happen when you live in certain states. But I want to sell a percentage to investors at 8 to 10% cap rate. Any idea how you guys find to buy some percentage?
Local real estate clubs.
Bam.
Yeah.
Kang Leo.
$10. Thank you. And then the last 3 here. D. Roger, do you only do deals over a certain value? I'm based in the UK and interested in getting into Miami real estate market.
Well, I mean, I could tell you if you don't have enough money to purchase something, and I'd say at this point, probably looking at 600K and above down here. I mean, it is what it is, guys.
As sad as that sounds, yeah, guys. If you don't have like you're gonna need what? Probably at least 150K capital.
Yeah, probably about that. Yeah.
Of your own capital to put into a deal.
Invest down here, and then the other option would be you get something for way cheaper, but then you're gonna have to put money in to fix it up. So, yeah.
Or you could go up north. You can go look at the Orlando area. That's gonna be a little bit cheaper for you.
No,
not compared to here.
Not
anymore.
Not much cheaper.
Well, 100,000 off, maybe less.
I mean, it's getting pretty crazy up there too.
Damn.
All right. Well, y'all might have missed the window, bro.
Shout out to Universal Disney.
Could I start by buying a condo and renting it out or putting it as an Airbnb? That's up to you based on your location. Guys, remember, stable tenants versus Airbnb is heavily dependent upon the real estate market that you live in. If your place is tourist friendly, Airbnb might be the way to go, but you're gonna have to deal with the potential risk of people fucking your property up, having to constantly fix it, etc. But if you, but the plus is you could put stable tenants in there, but you're not gonna make as much money.
Yeah.
I always prefer this content over the bimbo content. Appreciate that, Yersilis. And then last one here, Corey Washington, $5. I'm a veteran and get the VA loan, which offers no down payment. Can I still rent the home out, or should I just use my 401k to buy the home?
So here's the deal. I just want to make sure that you're aware when you use the VA loan, you're gonna have to live in that property for the first year. So. If you can house hack, you could buy a triplex, a duplex, live in one, rent out the other, and basically live rent free while you're maybe getting a little bit of income or appreciation.
Yeah.
Or if you have enough money that you could buy it outright, you could do that as well. But ultimately, you got to work the numbers and see which one actually brings you more money. Because I don't know what the rent is. I don't know what your current living situation, but just look at how much you're netting in each different scenario. Yeah. Just pick the one from there.
And guys, the equation, one more time, I'm gonna walk you guys through it one more time so you guys can see it. If you guys look at the contract, you get your contract price, divide it, right? You figure out what your debt is that's gonna cost you, right? Hit camera 3 real quick, Mo. Right? Oh fuck. Roger, can you move your head a little bit? Are we all caught up with super chats?
There we go.
No.
We're not. We got
just
more.
A few more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's read those real quick then. Never mind, because then we got to get going on the next show here, guys. When you get a loan, do you tell the lender what the home is for living or for investment? Yes, you have to tell them that. Depending on what kind of loan you get.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, whether it's a FHA or VA loan, guys, you got to live in it the first year. That's just the way it goes. All right. And if you don't, you will get indicted for fraud. All right. Don't do that shit. Nobunaga, recently a video dropped of Robert Kiyosaki saying, now isn't the time to buy real estate based on the upcoming crash. Curious if y'all have seen it and your options. No, it's actually the contrary, bro. Buying real estate right now is probably the best time to buy it. Celis, what's the minimum amount I need to get started in real estate? I have good credit, but not a lot of money for down payment or repairs. All right, guys, for all you guys that don't have that much capital to go ahead and get into a property, you're going to need to take advantage of VA loans and FHA loans. FHA that you can get in for only 3.5% down. The thing is, though, is you have to live in it that first year. And since you're only putting 3.5% down, your mortgage is going to be higher. Your debt service is going to be higher to fulfill. And that's fine, because this is why we tell y'all, go ahead and get a tenant, 2 tenants, whatever else like that, so that they can cover it. So if you live for free or even maybe a little bit of cash flow, it's good. And then you can go ahead and live in it for a year, get out that property, put a tenant in there, and then do it again.
Yeah, that's what I did basically.
That's what Fresh did.
And I worked a regular job, $15 an hour. So you can definitely do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like I said before, read the book Start for Life. It's awesome book.
Yeah. But if you do have the capital to put 25% down, go ahead and do that, guys, because then you're going to get better returns. But in the beginning, you might need to go ahead and do a FHA loan here or there just to go ahead and control the property. Put as little money as down as possible. Control that property. Let it appreciate. Let someone pay you money. This is why I tell you guys that first FHA property should be multiple residences. It should be a single family home. You know, because if it's a single family home, pretty much you're on the hook for paying that mortgage on your own and no one's helping you. But if you buy a duplex, you buy a triplex, you buy even a fourplex. Because remember, FHA is residential, and residential goes from 1 all the way up to 4. Then you're going to have more areas to cover that mortgage for you. Okay. Does that make sense, guys? That's why more doors is better when it comes to getting that first FHA property. So one more time, I'll go over the numbers with y'all real quick, and then we're going to end the show.
Can I 3 more?
Yeah. 15 more. We good? Yeah. 15? All right. So again, guys, one more time. You take the contract price, okay? Figure out what you're going to owe per month. This is what me and Roger do before every single deal. We figure out what taxes and everything else is going to cost, right? Then when you figure out what your debt service is going to be, you figure out what the rents are. So in this case, we had 2 tenants in it. We knew it was making $7,000 a month gross, okay? Subtract it from that. This is your net profit per month. Multiply that by 12. Once you get this number, this is your annual income. You divide this annual income, guys, by all the money that you put into the deal at closing, earnest fees, etc., realtor fees, all that stuff. And in this case, it was $201,000. So we go ahead and divide 201,000 by, or actually it's 25,812 divided by 201,000. That leaves us 12% cash on cash. Okay, which is fantastic. Anything above 8% is generally good, but I tell you guys, you want to hit at least 10%. You know what I'm saying? But this is what you guys want to do every single time you do a real estate deal. Figure out the cash on cash, because that's going to give you the metric of what you're going to be making per month and what your money is actually doing for you. So 12% cash on cash is fantastic, bro. You know, people out here talking about, oh, I can make 10% on the fucking stock market. S&P 500 gives me 10% over the system, 1960s, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? Investing in the S&P 500 isn't going to give you fucking tax benefits. So this is the way to go, my friends. I'm not saying don't invest in the stock market, but this should always be a priority, because people are always going to want homes. People are always going to need homes. We're in a home shortage right now, and real estate is by far one of the best ways to hedge against inflation. All right. So that's how you figure it out, guys. Money put into the deal, right, divided by your annual income will give you your cash on cash return. And that's the best metric by far to use when you're a real estate investor looking to make money passively. All right. Anything else? Last words, Roger? Where can they find you?
All right. So you can find me on Instagram, Roger_Lissade. Just started my YouTube channel, Roger Lissade. And yeah, you could definitely ask me questions, definitely try to help any way I can. And that's it, man. It's always been a pleasure. Thanks, guys, for having me back. And soon, let's do some more real estate deals.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Roger, man.
Quick little preview, guys. We found a property today that we're actually looking at. And, you know, as we're working through that deal and close it, we'll come to you guys and do this again with y'all.
I don't know. Maybe we should do a vlog on that one. Maybe show them literally the step-by-step.
I do got some footage. I've already started taking footage. Maybe I'll do that for y'all, because this one's a brand new rehab that we're going to do. So I'll walk you guys through it. But other than that, man, guys, we got an after-hour show. The minorities are in the fucking house. It's going to be lit.
It's going to be a movie.
We'll catch you guys here in a little bit. And yeah, we'll be back here probably. What time is the show going to start, Mo?
9.
At 9?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Maybe later.
Right.
Chris isn't here yet.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll catch you back here in about 30, 40 minutes. Peace.
Peace.
All right, cool.